If you were following us earlier today, you saw that you heard that we were with Mark Nappi. We were going to come to Mark Nappi's place, Quality First Woodworks, and we are here. We're a little bit late. If you're following us, we're about 7:36 on the West Coast, and it's so that's 10:36 on the East Coast. We're going to take some time now. We're going to meet Mark again. I'm Andy Turner. Christian's behind the camera. We're going to meet Mark, and we're going to let Mark take us through to show us what manufacturing of panel processing components look like in Southern California. So if you'll pan this way, here's Mr. Mark.
How we doing, guys? You ready to go for the tour? Let's do this. Of course, you see we're up here in my office, which is a really exciting place. A lot of the accounting and the brain work is in there. It's cooking a lot. But we're upstairs here in our office area. This here would be my vice president, Randy Dell. We're a little bit early today. He helps with contracts, insurance, legal stuff for us, keeps us in the clean at all times. The stuff that I don't have time to be looking at, he'll make sure that we stay sharp. Coming through, we have our conference room, of course, for meetings, architects, designers, for both residential and commercial. We can meet in here. We do presentations as well up on the TV screen. That's why we have the computer inside to create a good atmosphere for the customer to see what they want to do, what they need, and how we can help them best. Coming on down. This here is Marty Rabe. He is the general manager. He started with me many years ago in the field as an installer. He currently takes care of all the project managers, new projects, and any field issues that we have with customers. He can get out to the field and resolve problems if the project managers can't handle it on their own. Just a little support for the project managers and question and answers if they have them. Coming down further, we have multiple project managers. Everybody has their own office. This one here is a little bit messier than desired, but everybody has their own way of taking care of business, right? Following us down through here, this would be our estimating team and our estimating room. I'll bring you in for just a brief look. We have 5 estimators. Currently, we estimate all projects on screen. It's faster and more efficient. Like I was saying this morning, when we're going through recession, this is one of the things that I built into the system so we could bid more work faster and more efficiently to get through that recession some years ago. And we just stuck with it, and we just keep adding more and more guys to do it to try to keep the volume up. It's been working out great. These again are more project manager offices. This team in here, it's kind of a tight space to get in here, but this is the same project manager, engineering, drafting. This is for our residential team mostly. So we got a team, the project manager residential, the drafting for residential, and the engineering for residential. And then I actually have a couple extra commercial guys kind of stuffed in there. We just don't have any more space for them. So that's how that's working. Coming back around, basically just a little bit more of the same stuff. This is kind of the products that we build here. Every office that you've seen walking through, the desk and cabinets and countertops, we built them, put them in and installed them. These are a typical break room that we would do in a high-rise building. Cabinets, countertops, floating shelves, and such. And then continuing through, this is Patrick. He's another project manager. Each project manager runs between 20 and 30 jobs at a time. Everybody. So we currently probably have 180 to 200 jobs in process, whether it's just being awarded or in the drafting stage or in the submittal stages or coming back in a redone in engineering, production, and installation. Another project manager's office. Project manager here again. This is another project manager here. This is the drafting team in here. We're here a little bit earlier than normal. There'd be a couple more people in here working. So every new project, obviously we do new drawings for them. We're trying to take the architect's ideas and then put them on our shop drawings so that they're ready for our style of building and production, with trying to understand everything that they want in their drawings. So again, we redraw the shop drawings, we send them out to the architects and the tenants for approval. They mark them up, adjust, get them back to us, and we revise and then get ready for production. Joe here's the engineering and drafting manager. He just kind of oversees and keeps track of schedules and everything to make sure we're hitting targets as needed. Coming back through, like we had mentioned earlier today, if anybody was watching, we kind of are evolving more into the residential market. So I've been developing a residential team with interior design, cabinet design, and full service design cabinets, as well as faucets, fixtures, countertops, and everything on the residential market. And this would be the team in here. Again, we're here a little bit earlier. Normally it was Celia here. There's Nicole. She came in, and then Melissa's usually down on the end. So again, we design everything: the cabinets, countertops, tiles, faucets, fixtures, everything. It's a full design package that we can provide for our customers. Coming through, this is one of our bonus rooms here. We use it for martial arts training, boxing, and jiu-jitsu. It's if anybody, I do jiu-jitsu. I love it. So I have a trainer come in, and I have a few of the other guys here that enjoy that as well. And after hours, we'll do some training in here and blow off some steam. You know, you need it sometimes. As you can see, we've now entered into the shop, or factory you might say. There's a lot of different facets in the business. You know, every project could either have cabinets, countertops, reception desks, fixture materials, wall panelings, and such like that. So the shop is broken down in different departments. We're going to start out over here by going into the fixture department. When I'm saying fixture, it's more like custom reception desks, nurses' stations, wall paneling, anything that's a little bit different than a normal casework product. You can see that we're building some custom, it looks like they're table legs, probably for a conference table of some sort. This team of guys are a little bit more of the craftsmen. They can take plans and build it from scratch just from looking at the pictures, where some of the other group are assembly, casework, and parts processing. We're now moving over into the countertop department. So we have cabinets, countertops. We do plastic laminate countertops here, as well as solid surface countertops, all over here in this department. Everything comes out in the proper time. Fixtures have to come out early because they take more time. Countertops are timed with the casework goods so that the project can all be funneled down to the shipping side all at the same time, or required time. So over here, there's some solid surface countertops being glued up, some laminate countertops being laid out. More laminate tops here as well. This end of the building is receiving and the beginning of production. Rick gets all the projects started from this end. He has the same schedule as everybody else. Starts pulling and grabbing materials with his team to get them out to the right departments at the right time. Here's just some finished laminate countertops ready to go. They will get moved down to shipping department at the right time. Down at this end, all material, all hardware, everything is received at this end for everything. Comes in here, gets checked in, gets labeled, and put in the proper rack so it can be ready when it's time to go. The schedule that you'll see in a little bit when you go through the production manager's office will show you how they're all timed out, start and finish days. We don't start a project down through the CNC routers till we have all the product here if possible, because it makes a log jam down the line in production. As you can see right here, it might be a little bit away, but we have 3 CNC routers. So the CNC routers, I don't know if some people may or may not have them. These machines are amazing, right? You put a full sheet of material on the table, it'll cut it, drill it, route it, do everything it can for you all in one shot. Also, it groups all the parts together for a job in a nested base process, so there's minimal waste. I can't show you any here, but can take a part from cabinet 1 or cabinet 100. If it fits on that sheet to save material, they'll get it all on this sheet in the nested base processing. Parts get cut, labeled, and get ready to move down the production line as needed. As the parts are coming down, they're organized, lined up per the schedule as needed. We have holster edge banders here with all the different colors of edge banding. Every job is a different color, of course. So we use the proper color for the job, run all the parts through the banders as needed. Really trying to keep a streamlined flow, straight line out the door, from the materials coming in to the CNC routers, to the edge banding, to the sub-assembly, to the assembly, to the shipping, and so forth. As the parts come down, I have my team here, we call it the sub-assembly team. They start getting all the parts that are all random on the carts, start organizing and sorting them out.
So we did just get a question here, Mark. They're asking, which design software are you using?
Right now we're using Cabinet Vision.
Cabinet Vision, okay, very good.
So Cabinet Vision is the one we're doing for all the programming. We also use AutoCAD and SketchUp for our residential 3D renderings and such. So yeah, that's working great now. So like we were mentioning a little bit ago, the sub-assembly team grabs the parts, they start sorting them, they clean them, they'll put the hardware on if needed, the drawer slides, the hinge plates. Any specialty hardware will get done right here in the sub-assembly department. The whole idea is the cabinet gets sorted out and put into these racks that I had made as a complete cabinet with the hardware and everything on it, so you're not climbing in and out of a cabinet to try to get the hardware on. You're doing it while the parts are flat and easy. So cleaning, organizing, wrapping up pieces if they're adjustable shelves and stuff. As you flow through, you see those carts are empty, so we've got our throughput going very smoothly right now. Cabinets do not stick around very long. This project that's getting assembled now will either get shipped tonight or tomorrow morning. Everything is just on time manufacturing pretty much. I'm doing my best to try to get 1 or 2 days ahead, but it's not easy. It's not easy. So here you can see that in between each one of these racks now is a complete box cabinet. Top, bottom, left, right, back, nailers, everything pre-drilled, doweled as needed to get ready for assembly. The slides are on and ready to go. So now that the carts are here, the assembly team will just grab a cabinet on the bench, assemble it, slide it down to the floor over here. Usually, this whole area is filled with cabinets by the end of the day. At the end of the day, it'll be filled with cabinets. Right here, the shipping guys will be cleaning them, marking them, and then getting them wrapped up, ready to be delivered. They're obviously timed. We have multiple trucks doing deliveries, so we load everything in the afternoons, and everybody leaves early morning for the deliveries all across California here. So here's some down here. Staging department ready for delivery. This is mostly the commercial cabinets that we're doing, going out this side here. So like I mentioned before, everything flows from that end out this end. Trucks pull into the dock or to the back door and we load them, get ready for shipping. Like we mentioned earlier, we do residential as well. Here's a bunch of residential boxes that we have assembled. They pretty much come down the same production line, box them up, and then they get shifted over here to the left where the residential team can finish them up. A little bit more details and stuff. Little different skill sets that they have. Just knowing the different hardwares and everything that we use. We'll bring you over there to check it out. This here happens to be a residential project. I think it's down in San Clemente that we're going to be doing this. A little bit of rift white oak, cabinetry, solid dovetail drawer boxes, bottom mount slides. Few more details that we do here with the foot details, the face frames, the different door styles and such. So like this kind of stuff, we make it still a Eurobox cabinet, casework, which works really well on the nested base, CNC routers, you know, that we have of holsters. But we kind of fake it out by putting end panels on it, make it look like it's a face frame, make the cabinet look like it's an inset cabinet, but it's still your regular European 32mm box. It's just the details in residential that we can do to make it look a lot different than your regular plastic laminate casework. We're gonna head on into the break room now. This happens to be our employee break room. I wanted to make a nice space for the employees, especially for summertime.
Hey, Mark, real quick, we did just get another question.
Yeah, no problem.
We were walking away from there. It says, how many boxes per shift are you producing?
Well, I don't know, on the earlier show, we try to get 100 boxes out if we can. It's just a matter of having them prepped and ready to go in time. You know, every job's a little bit more custom, and like I'd mentioned in the earlier show over there at the showroom, if I was doing schools and stuff like we do at times, production where you have a lot of the same cabinets over and over again, we can get, you know, most likely 200 cabinets out.
Then are you single shift?
Right now we're single shift. Okay. We used to run 2 shifts, but the California market and the way the world is going right now, it's not quite as necessary to be here 2 shifts.
Earlier we had asked how many boxes per day, so that would be one shift.
That was 1 shift. Okay. And we usually run between 8 and 10 hours. Anyway, we get a little bit of overtime going in here just to make sure we can hit the client's timelines. But again, back to the break room. I know it's kind of an odd space. This is the casework and stuff that we do mostly in the high-rise office environment. But again, I wanted to have a nice space for the guys and team on lunch and stuff, especially in the summer here in California. It get really hot. They used to have to sit out on their benches. They don't get any area to get cooled down, you know, come in, relax, and they all like it. It's like a lunchtime party in here. They sometimes bring food to share and stuff, and they have a great time. I also put a TV in here for them recently so they could watch the soccer on break time instead of having to go into our gym and watch it over there. Coming through here, you know, we have all the notices now required for the COVID-19. Coming back out into the shop, just walking through. I'm going to bring you now into our production management office. Just give you like an idea how we try to track all the projects that we have. In here, this is Andrew Rollins, production management, kind of scheduling. So every project gets put on the schedule from the project managers. They know the customer's timelines and dates. They get the drawings completed, approved, and materials, and everything in the engineering department gives us the exact material counts. We send that information down to Andrew. Andrew adds it to the production list. Every project manager has a color, so it's easier for us to track who's who. And then they have the start dates. If you look at the graph, the job has a starting date and a finishing date through the shop. And there's different areas. There's fixtures, obviously there's countertops, and there's casework, so they all start at different times as needed. Projects are all laid up on here for the shop drawings for assembly if needed, or they grab them to go in the field at times as well. These are all jobs that are already been engineered, prepped, ready to go. The cut list is ready. We're waiting for the materials to show up and hit the scheduled time to go out to the machines as required. Our storage room, this is where Maria is part of receiving. She brings in the materials from the other end. She handles all the hardware in here. As the projects are coming down and they see it on the schedule, she pulls all the hardware like a grocery store, gets it ready to go to the other ladies at the sub-assembly desk or sub-assembly benches, so that as that product's coming through, the hardware's there and it's ready to go. I try to design it somewhat like a GM manufacturing line. If the car is going down the production line, the wheels have to be right next to where the wheels go on, you know. So same thing, as the parts are coming from the CNC routers through edge banding into the sub-assembly department, all the stuff has to be there. I can't have people walking out there looking for it. It has to be there ready. They're not supposed to move 3 feet away from their bench unless that's, you know, unless something's wrong. And at one point in time, believe it or not, I had cameras in the shop from the top, and I studied the cameras and watched what was happening on the cameras to figure out how to streamline the production. I could see guys moving all over, make like a tracer, super huge walking path, right? And then I'm like, what's this guy getting? He's walking way over here to get cleaning products to clean the cabinets way over here. I'm like, no. Cleaning products can be here and there if they need it on both sides. I can't have these people moving around, because as they're walking through the shop, not only are they taking up time, they're grabbing some other guy, hey, what's up, and wasting time, right, and distracting this guy and that guy as they're walking down through the shop. So it's not only the time of getting the cleaning product or the tool or whatever they need, it's how they're disrupting everybody else. And it turns into a lot of time. Here again where we came in, this is a Holter beam saw we've added to the factory the last year or so. This is to help create another production line per se. We got the nested base routering system through the edge bander and out. We also have the beam saw, and I'm going to take you over to this evolution machine that we have over here. So my intent was, when we got moved into this building, to create a fourth production line capabilities. One is from the beam saw to the evolution, through the edge banders and out. The beam saw helps us cut stacks of material. So if you have a lot of production casework with a lot of cabinets that are the same size, the production model of cutting on the beam saw is faster than the router because you can stack parts. Right, so we cut it on the beam saw, and then the evolution is basically a router, CNC router, stood up on its side, but not to cut the part. It's just to do all the same drilling and grooving as the other router does, but with a cut part. So if you have multiples of the same part, it's really fast and efficient, and a very small footprint in the shop. So for some of the smaller shops out there, if you even have a table saw or a panel saw, a regular panel saw, and you got one of these evolutions, you could be running in the 32 millimeter market really easily. And this thing's a little bit bigger than two Coke machines, which will fit in your garage very well, or smaller shop. We're gonna head back through into the office. I don't know if any of you guys can notice, but I try to keep a really clean shop factory feeling in here. Nothing that's on the floor, no parts on the floor. If there is, then if I see anything on the floor walking through, I know there's a problem. What happened here? Why is there something on the floor? Everything needs to be moving down the line. Makes it very easy to keep an eye on it. Coming back through into the office again. We have another room here that is available to all the employees. It's a real gym. We have the treadmill, ellipticals, a rowing machine. We have all the ropes and balls and weights and everything you could think of to stay healthy and shape. This is for all the employees, can use it anytime they want. I usually come in the mornings before work. We have a trainer. Helps me try to stay healthy and keep a clear mind. The construction business can be crazy at times. Coming back into the office here, this is where the accounting's done, the billings. We have accounting in here as well. We have a payroll. We have contracts and insurance. Office here. And then in here is the engineering. So once the drafting has done their job, they're approved by the architects, they're back to us. Our project managers have reviewed them. Project manager goes to the job site, field measures, double checks everything, make sure it's right. Once they come back, if they need to make adjustments, the drafting will make the adjustments. It goes to the engineering team. They'll number them, program them, and get everything ready to go for the CNC routers. Once they're done doing their programming, it tells us how much hardware, hinges, panel goods, everything that we need. Then Mr. Mike Walters over here is purchasing. He'll order all the materials for the projects. And then that way the receiving people can work with Mike, and it's a clean path between where the materials are coming and where they're going.
All right, so we have another question. It says, what software manages your Kanban and water spider process?
I don't know what that actually means.
I don't know the water part, but it can. And is it managing hardware and accessories also?
The cabinet vision will tell you how much hardware and everything that we need for the project. I don't know what Kanban actually means, so can't help you there. So this is the team here for getting it out into production. And then back in another back office back here, we have the installation scheduling team, where the project managers have all their jobs as well, coming through the pipeline, coordinating with the customer in the field superintendents, scheduling the installation of the casework. Shipping, installation, scheduling, they work hand in hand to make sure that stuff's actually getting shipped and actually putting installers there when the product's on site. And that's a challenging time right now with the way the world is with COVID-19 and everything. Jobs are supposed to be on schedule. They're not. A lot of times our jobs get started, stopped, and it's been a juggling act this year for sure. But we're getting through it. We're hoping for a better 2021 for sure. I don't know if there's anything else you guys want to ask me, Christian, or everything's good. This is another conference room we have down below. But again, it's been pretty fun. Thanks for the interview, guys.
Yeah, so thank you, Mark. Just some of the thoughts that I had going through my mind as we were walking through is when you mentioned how you had watched the cameras and studied people's motion and just made things more efficient out there, just simple solutions to real problems in manufacturing. One of the things that we mentioned when we were discussing things over at the office earlier, where we discussed how you can't really start a job until you have all of the material, because you can't finish a job part way. And I think we got at one point I saw the camera kind of panning across, and you don't have a whole lot of space to inventory finished goods.
No.
You got space to inventory a finished job just before it goes onto a truck, but you don't really have a lot of space out here to inventory partial jobs. And so you could, that kind of pointed back to the discussion we were having earlier. But the little things, focusing on the little things to make you more efficient overall. I think that came across clearly. There were lots of comments. Actually, I stopped and we asked some of the questions that we had. There were other comments. Just basically, I think one of them. I'm not sure I can't remember the name of the person, but somebody was just typing in "Bravo." Somebody was typing in.
That's great. I like that.
Great,
right?
Great shop. Great clean layout. Very impressive, efficient layouts, things like that. There are lots of comments that were coming across as we were streaming here live. And we are live. We will continue to monitor those comments. If you have more comments that you'd like to leave, more questions you'd like to ask Mark, we'll make sure and get the answers to those questions if you've got an idea. Remember, we are on Facebook Live. We are on YouTube Live. We'll be posting this onto LinkedIn as well, so you guys will have plenty of places to watch it. All right, thank you very much. Do you have anything else? Any closing
That's great.
comments?
No, I think it's been great. Yeah,
Yeah, we certainly appreciate your time. Thanks for hosting us. Thanks for visiting with us earlier today. You run a very impressive facility. You've got a lot to be proud of here, and we thank you for your partnership with Holter as well.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Holter. It has helped. I've kind of, if you notice in the shop, I've kind of stuck with Holter. I've owned other machines in the past, and Holter helps me a lot. And Brian's a great. My sales rep helps me considerably. Right, if I need anything or I can't get a hold of somebody, I call Brian. He makes it happen. So partnering with the team, with the machines is huge. I believe. You know what I mean? Because they give me more support. They care for me like I care for them. So obviously, there's lots of different machines out there. You could look at them, but Holter's been a good match for us.
Well, thanks for your time. We understand the struggles of 2020. That things are different now. You're getting through it, and we wish you much success in 2021.
I know. Andy's going to help me with some good pricing on the new machines that I need. Right?
Of course.
All right, you guys.